3 days of driving, tens of hours on the road, tens of deliveries completed, stops and starts, all of that for just one massive food delivery bonus. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. On this channel, I help you with the gig economy, your side hustle, your full-time hustle, making money and creating multiple revenue streams. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So yeah, 1 weekend long marathon driving shift here to go for that one massive bonus. I'm going to show you that bonus in a second. But in this video, I really want to help you understand how your strategy is going to change going for a batched bonus such as this versus your standard per delivery bonus. Now, there is absolutely a difference when it comes to your driving, so I want you to watch this video in full here. But let's take a look at this bonus here. So this was on Uber Eats here in, of course, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And look at this dollar amount. It's completing 60 deliveries for an additional $315. This would be on top of any Boost multipliers. Boost is a earnings multiplier. This would be on top of any surge pay. That's based on high demand. That is a per delivery bonus. Let's say an extra $1.50, $2 on that delivery. This is on top of any tips. And remember, on Uber Eats, your customer can tip after the fact as well. This is extra. This is on top of all of that. $315. I just have to complete 60 deliveries in just 3 days from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And in essence, this is a $5.25 per delivery bonus after we do the calculation. Okay, so pretty good pay here. Now, to help you out watching this, and again, your strategy will change when it comes to these batch bonuses. This can be either on Uber Eats, the Quest bonuses, or on DoorDash with their challenges or any other food delivery app. Doesn't really matter. We're going to help you out in this video. But now clearly, I can't go over every single delivery with you. So just to build your expectations on this video, I want to highlight some of my strategies here on day 1, day 2, and day 3 driving, and then ultimately show you if I did in fact hit this bonus. I will tell you this shift was not without some real problems. So let's get into it here. Now look at what the map was doing. Again, this is here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Look at the top left. This was at 2:19 p.m. It's pretty busy. This is on Friday. And we can see some of that surge pay that I talked about. So in the busiest zones, it's $2. And then of course, it kind of fans out from there. Okay, strategy change number 1 for going for batched bonuses. Again, that's kind of the grouped bonuses that we're talking about today versus just trying to get as much money as possible on a single order. So this order, this is something that I probably would have considered if I'm just driving regularly, right? So there's some surge behind this, as I just showed you. It's $13.66, 6.1 miles. It's a pretty good dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? And then the time here, 37 minutes, not too bad. Now the positioning here, I don't love, so I would kind of consider that if this was a normal shift, but I just wanted to show you this for an example. Versus this order, literally order number 1 on day 1 here. So it's a stacked order. It's from KFC. It's basically the same time. It's 37 minutes for 4.4 miles. Here's how your strategy is going to change. We're really going to shift away from that dollars to mile ratio, right? How much am I getting paid for the miles driven to the orders per hour? Because our goal with batched bonus driving is shifting to just straight volume. I want to take as many orders as possible, really as quick as possible. So I don't have to spend, 8 9 hours on the road. I can hit my 60. In this case, it's 60. It can vary, of course, based on the bonus, but I can hit my 60 and I can get my bonus. Now, what I'm looking at, pay attention to this, but I'm looking for only stacked orders. So it's 2 or more assignments for one driver, right? So we can see that here listed by the number 2. And then I'm looking at time. Remember, we're looking for orders per hour. I want to take really 3, 4, or more deliveries per hour. Now, just for some context there, generally you can do 2 to 3 deliveries per hour. So this fits here. I really want something that's 40 some minutes or less for 2 orders. Now, let me know down below in the comments if you drive for Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, or all of them, because there is a big thing, a big benefit to Uber Eats here. That's the stackable bonuses. So just a little bit later, it's now 3:02 p.m. Look at the demand. Now, this is a $3 surge. And again, it kind of fans out from these busiest zones here. So Maybe you'll get $2.50, $2 in other areas here, but you'll get, again, the surge on top of eventually the bonus pay once you satisfy that quest. An ideal order here on a day one, it's $10.37. I don't really care, right? Because remember, on all of these orders, once we hit the bonus, we're going to get an additional $5.25 on every single order. We just got to hit 60, right? So this one, it's a stacked order, check mark. It's 24 minutes for both orders, another check mark here. And here's another hack. The fastest stacked orders on any app is going to be from one pickup. So again, this one from Chula Indian Barbecue, it's just that one restaurant. That's why you can do 2 orders in 24 minutes. It's going to take a lot more time to pick up from Chula plus another restaurant. So if you're going for batch bonuses, always try to get a stacked order that is really short on time, that is also a pickup from the same restaurant. Now, at least for me on day one, and let me know if you've experienced the same, if you're going for these batch bonuses, but I was tempted with orders like this. It's 10:47 for just 2.2 miles, and it's just 17 minutes. Now, this one I actually did take. In fact, I actually thought it was a stacked order, so I kind of took it on accident, but it was not really that bad of a mistake here for the dollars to mile ratio. I wanted to show you this one because if there is a stellar dollars to mile ratio and the order is taking about 15, 18 minutes, that might be okay to take a single order. Why? Because remember, we're trying to take really 4 orders per hour. So if an order does take 15 minutes, there you go. There is your basically ratio of being able to do 4 orders per hour. But remember, that is not guaranteed for your next order, that it's going to be another short order. I highly recommend, again, stacked orders only that don't take a lot of time. Okay, so more the same on day one. We're just going volume. We're going for short stacked orders, right? And really my goal, this is what you're going to do when you're driving on these batch bonuses, is I talk about having an earnings threshold. Well, we have our earnings threshold, right? It's trying to hit this 315 for 60 deliveries. Now we'll have the delivery threshold. I mean, it's simple math. We have 60 deliveries, 3 days, there you go, 20 deliveries per day. Now, of course, you can knock it out faster if you drive more, but I knew my marketplace. This is where your knowledge comes into play, is saying, okay, I can take stacked orders that really don't have to go very far. They're pretty short. So day one, really just, I think it was 5 hours or so, maybe 6 hours. I did 19 out of my 60 required deliveries. So if you're finding that your marketplace is busy as well, if you're seeing the peak pay, if you're seeing the surge and the boost on Uber Eats, that's fantastic. It's literally just extra pay here. We can see on this next order, an additional $2.50, that's from the surge. So knowing that, I'd recommend if you see a great challenge on DoorDash, if you see a great quest on Uber Eats, and you know that typically you'll see some additional per delivery bonuses, that's fantastic extra pay, then I would consider really doubling down, driving that weekend or that stretch of days here to try to get both. So what is our pattern for day two? It's driving generally during a busy time, right? And it's just getting those stacked orders. I'm hoping you're seeing the pattern here. Short stacked orders, 884, 42 minutes. So as you're looking at a few orders here, let's just go over again that threshold for time. I would say for a stacked order, the maximum time that I want both orders to take is about 40 some minutes, 40 minutes or 45 minutes. Remember, ideally, I want that 30-minute stacked order, 15 minutes for each drop-off. 30 minutes, 40, maybe 45 minutes is perfect for these stacked orders. Now, you will see requests that take longer. Let's say 50 minutes, 60 minutes. I saw one that was 70 minutes. You might want to consider declining those because let's think about it, right? If it's 60 minutes for a stacked order that is just 2 orders for that hour, you can only do that 1 stacked order. You want to do more than that. So after day 2, I was able to hit 41 out of those 60 required deliveries. And again, this is really just 5 and 6 hours of driving. This isn't 8, 9 hours of driving because the whole goal here at the end of the day, at the end of this weekend, is to raise the earnings per hour because of this bonus so we can really make more money and driving less hours. Now, of course, if you want to drive more, if you want to hit an even higher quest, because there was a quest for $390 for 70 deliveries. And if you have the time, feel free. Okay, so now let's get into day 3. I'm going to show you some orders. And since I feel like you understand the premise of short stacked orders, really going for volume, I'm going to go over just kind of the energy management, time management with a day 3. I'll be honest here, it's a 3-day quest. It's 20 deliveries a day. This is going to take a good amount of time. Now with Uber Eats, they typically offer you different quests opportunities. Let's say 20 deliveries, 30 deliveries, 40, 50, and like I mentioned, even 70 deliveries in this time frame. You really need to understand how your marketplace performs, because honestly, I don't want you stressing out there if your marketplace, let's say, is a little bit slower and you can't necessarily hit the 60 deliveries. So when choosing your quest on Uber Eats, because that's what you do, you actually choose the quest, or going for challenges on DoorDash, really keep that in mind. Keep in mind, okay, how busy is it generally? How many stacked orders do I get generally? I would absolutely wait in those power strips. So those are areas with really a lot of restaurants, a lot of orders, more metro areas or college areas, ideally places with really short runs. But as far as energy and time management, I'll be real with you, this does take some energy and really some mental drain after driving day 1, 2, 3, 6 hours a day and really having some free time, but really going to bed, waking up, and really going online again. A tip for you, I think the thresholds for the goals, in this case, again, 20 deliveries a day, I think that helps. That gives me a finish line for that day. It's going for those stacked orders, right? It chips away at that number faster. And just kind of one kind of energy motivational thing is just do something that you like during that shift. For instance, if I got lunch somewhere, or if I stopped at Starbucks and I got my favorite drink there, kind of gives you that mental boost, in my opinion, to keep you going for day 1, 2, 3. So for driving this past weekend, for Friday, for Saturday, for Sunday, really nice weather and being behind the wheel driving for Uber Eats, hitting 20 deliveries a day, was I able to do it and get the additional $315, and ultimately, how much money did I make this weekend? So I invite you to check out my last order. And here we go, Sunday at 5:46 p.m., an additional $315 by driving 60 trips. So fantastic, I hit the bonus, I was pumped about it, and honestly, it did take a lot of energy, a lot of effort, being on the road and not being able to do other things here. But was it worth it? Would I do it again? And frankly, was it more profitable than just generally driving during busy times? So to understand that and more, let's look at the numbers. So this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 3-day shift here in Pittsburgh in total was 20.5 hours. Now, for all of my rides themselves, before the bonus, I earned $464.73. And with that bonus, $315 extra, I grossed $779.73. That is a gross revenue per hour of $38.04. Now, for some context, to answer our question, was it worth it strategically? Generally on busy shifts, just single day shifts, during those, let's say, lunch or dinner rush, I can usually earn about $25 per hour in gross revenue. And really, that is my goal for you. So with this bonus, just shy of $800, $38 per hour, a fantastic bonus opportunity. And really, we've seen questions here on the channel of other drivers earning upwards of $1,300 a week. And actually, we just did a training of can you earn $1,000 per week? And we can see here, sometimes capitalizing on bonuses in your marketplace, you absolutely can hit those numbers. Now, during this shift, I completed 68 total deliveries. Now, I would have to do a full 10 other deliveries to get that $390. I did some of those deliveries before that quest opportunity. But as far as the tips, I didn't count, every single one of those 68 to see who tipped, but I would estimate about 95 to 98% of those customers tipped. Revenue from tips was $197.60. Now, as far as efficiency, Was it worth it on the business front for all this driving? How much did I get paid per mile? So for Friday, I drove 47.1 miles. For Saturday, 58.2 miles. And for Sunday, 51.1 miles. That is a weekend total of 156.4 miles. And for our total gross revenue, that's a payout of a penny under $5 per mile. So for some context there, generally on those lunch and dinner shifts, I can do about, $180, $2+ $220 a mile. So just under $5 a mile, again, a fantastic earnings opportunity. And based on those 156.4 miles, I get a tax deduction of $87.59. So number one, was it worth it? I would say absolutely. For just under $800, 38 an hour, really close to $5 per mile. Now, honestly, it did take a lot of energy. There was other things I wanted to do, right? It's the focus and the safety on the road. So there's definitely a trade-off there, especially if you're working in 9 to 5 for driving an additional 20 hours. So more to come on the shift and more. I think there's a lot of takeaways, and obviously I can only cover so much here in one video. But if you do have any questions on Quest, on challenges, on bonuses, on changing your driving strategy, let us know down below in the comments. And if you got value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.